Good morning. We kind of been on the road for about 2 hours almost, and we're in standstill traffic in Milwaukee. I hate going through cities, but we're on our way down to Kansas. Me and Rachel, we got everything loaded up this morning, said goodbye to the kiddos, got them by Grandma and Grandpa's house, and we are on our way. Season opens tomorrow, so we'll get down there tonight, get everything settled, and be out there for opener. Pretty excited to try opener. We've been to Kansas. This is my 5th time gun hunting, 6th time hunting Kansas overall. But the gun hunting, we've always gone down on Saturday for the first weekend. So we've never been down for opener. This year we're going to hunt opener Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then we'll probably come back Sunday. But, so hopefully, you know, maybe we get a little better action, a little more natural movement. We're going to try sitting the opening day, and with just the two of us coming down, I think we're going to try and do more sitting. Can't really do a whole lot of pushing with only 2 people. But we'll see how it goes. I'm excited to get down. This is Rachel's first time in Kansas. What are you thinking?
I'm excited.
Yeah. We're both kind of battling a little bit of a cold that we have, so we're going to try to do the best we can with that. But got to get through this shit traffic here in the city, and then we should be clear sailing and get our way down there and get settled in. We're closing in. We got 2 hours and 13 minutes left. We're just losing light. We're in Nebraska now, and starting to see some deer. It's getting down. There's a deer right there. Nice big deer out there. See it, Rachel?
Yep.
Starting to see some deer out in the fields, which is cool. We haven't seen really any all day, but got through some of the bad traffic parts. Still some jack wagons on the road that need to learn how to drive, but for the most part it's been pretty good. Excited to get down there and get settled in the cabin and get the guns ready and get all the clothes ready and get ready for tomorrow morning. Mike was sending me some pins on Onyx from last time we were down here. Spots to start for the morning, stuff that we've talked about. So yeah, pretty excited. How you think, Rachel?
I'm excited now.
Yeah? Getting close?
Getting close.
Tomorrow's a big opener. We're hoping that we can hit it with a bang and then finish off and try to get 4 deer. We were just talking about we want to make sausage and jerky and sticks, so if we get 4 deer, we have plenty of meat to do everything we want to. So that's the goal. I guess we gotta start out with 1, right? So we'll see. We'll check in when we're at the cabin. Alright, we made it to Kansas. We're in our cabin. We just got checked in. Pretty sweet looking place. Pretty happy with the accommodations for the week. What do you think?
Nice.
It is nice. So we're gonna go get all of our stuff unpacked, get it in here and get set. And it's 7:45. So we'll get everything set and organized for tomorrow and probably hit the rack pretty early tonight. So we'll see you in the morning. Good morning. We're heading out for opening morning of Kansas gun season. Rachel's all ready to rock and roll. You got your orange hat? Yeah. Okay. Alright. We're all set to rock and roll. It's 5 something in the morning. And we have our spot picked out on the map. We're gonna head there and for our starting point, and hopefully nobody else is set up there. Public land, so you never know. Somebody might be there, somebody might not. But we're gonna go start there and hope for the best. We're gonna plan to sit. We're gonna go into it planning to sit all day, not knowing how things are gonna look when it gets laid out, because I haven't been there since 2 years ago. So if they did a burn or if they were flooded or who knows. So we're gonna go into it open-minded, prepared to hunt all day, but ready to run and gun if we have to. So good, Debbie? Yep. So we'll see you out there.
check the roads. With the snow that's left, there's a good amount of tracks crossing just down east of us here. And I know from the past experience that the deer like to be in this bottom here. So hopefully this year is just as good as the rest of the years. We've got some deer around us. Definitely a lot of people, like tire tracks on the roads. There's been a lot of people in and out of here. A couple boot tracks, but could have been pheasant hunters or bow hunters the last couple weeks. They've had this snow for about a week, I think. So it's just starting to get close. It's a couple minutes from legal yet. 5 minutes to legal opener. We can see pretty good already. We haven't seen anything move through here yet. I think once it gets good and light out, we're going to slide down here about 20-30 yards to our left. We can't quite see over this hill to the next bottom. And I'd like to be able to, but I don't want to move right now with it not being really light out. In case there's something right by us here. We've been in here for about 20 minutes or so. I feel like we got in pretty quietly besides a few coughs. So we're going to let it get light out and see, make sure there's nothing right here below us. And if we can't see anything, we're going to slide down here. I can kind of see a little bush that I wouldn't mind getting to. That'll give us a good vantage point of all of it, I think. It's hard to tell in the dark. So, but we'll see what happens. I'm excited for it to get light out. Slid over to this next little point here. You can see down this bottom to the river. Well, we can't see the river, it's a sharp drop there, but we can see to the edge. We can still see the stuff we were covering. I haven't seen anything move yet. There's a guy, we can see a vehicle parked on the west side of the road here on another chunk of public, and he shot twice just a little while ago. So you know there's deer moving somewhere. Or at least for him it was. I think we're in a good position here. We can see, cover a lot of ground. If anything moves through this chunk here, we should be able to cover it. Sounds like there's some duck hunters on the lake not far from here. We heard a lot of shooting. It sounded like shotgun shooting. Yeah. Actually calmer than what I expected. Starting to get a little bit of a breeze, but I expected the winds to be higher. So it's pretty nice right now. Yeah. Hopefully as it gets light out or more light out, people start moving around and start moving some deer around. See what happens. It's completely up to you. watching that doe about a mile away. Maybe not quite a mile, but pretty close. They're watching that doe over there, and there was a hunter bebopping around. And I was looking with my binoculars trying to watch where they were going. And all of a sudden Rachel spotted the little buck right below us here. Well, about 200 yards away, a little over. And he come through. Could have shot him in a few spots, but he was just a small 6-pointer or something. So hopefully we have some more come through like that, but maybe a little bit closer would be nice for Rachel, right?
Right.
But at least we've seen some deer. That's a cool start. Could have shot a buck. So hopefully they keep moving, they keep getting bigger.
Well, we did a little walking, a little scouting. We pushed out a few little draws that were easily accessible, and nothing came out. And there's a lot of buck sign, a lot of fresh tracks. Some of them looked like maybe they were fresh from this morning, but we didn't really see anything where we were. Seeing that one little buck that was close, otherwise everything else was stuff that other groups pushed around and bumped. We've seen 8 does off in the distance, all way too far to shoot. So we went and we scouted across the road in the next chunk of public that I know is pretty good, it holds deer, and like I figured there was a lot of buck sign, lots of rubs, scrapes, and a shit ton of tracks, more so than where we were. So we poked around there for a little while. We're going to take a loop around the back side of it here, where I think we'd access it from, and see what it looks like, what's in the fields over there, and get an idea of where we can crawl in if we want to sit there tomorrow, or might be an option for this evening, where we'd like to go to another spot. We got to run back to the cabin. We got wet feet from the snow, so we got to change our boots out. And then we'll be heading back out for this evening, and we're going to go to another spot that we have in mind. But if that doesn't work, we should maybe come back here and check this out. So we'll see what happens. We are back out. We just parked at the public land, and we're going to head in. What's so funny? It's about 2 o'clock. We had to go back. Our feet got wet this morning, so we changed, had a bite to eat, and this drive was a little bit further than what we anticipated, so it took a little bit to get here, but nobody's parked here yet, so I don't know. There's definitely been people in and out of here, but we will see what it looks like. Hopefully there's still enough snow. It's a kind of a northwest facing slope, so the snow should still be there, so we'll be able to see if people walk through there or if there's any deer tracks. We did good 2 years ago here, so hopefully it's good again this year. Right?
Right.
Let's go get it.
We got tucked into a spot. You can't really see very far. This place grew up a ton since 2 years ago when I was here. So the spots I had marked, you'll be able to sit and see. You can't see hardly anything, so we're in tight. If we're gonna get a shot, it's probably gonna be 50 yards in tonight, but maybe that's what we need to do. This morning we could see for a mile in every direction. We didn't see much, so or get shots or anything. So maybe tonight, being in tight out is what we need to do, so that's what we're trying. See what happens. Might jump in the view. Didn't see you. Didn't see you. small bugs. Skirts are behind us. Good start to the night. It's only 3:45. Still got 2 sound hours plus. One of them is my gun. That light light. They came through from behind us and came up and it's good to see some deer moving after them. Now this needs them to come a little closer on this side. They're plenty close. We're 30 yards behind us, but we couldn't get a shot at anything. I thought they were coming right from the western spot just went straight away, so hopefully the next one's coming out and we can shoot it. We'll see.
Morning number 2. Got back last night and made supper, got everything cleaned up, got ready for today. Boots dried and stuff. Yesterday we got pretty wet because of the snow, but day number 2. Ready to kill today? I hope so. We're gonna go back where we were yesterday, but just try a different area on the property. I'm hoping, we don't have much of a wind, I was hoping for something out of the west. So we'll see as it gets light out how the wind plays, but then we're gonna, I think midday we're gonna go into town, grab some stuff we need, and then head further west to a property we found 2 years ago when we were down here, a big property. We can walk pretty far back in. I think maybe we'll go check there and see how that looks. So we'll see. We're just trying to figure it out. It looks a lot different than it did 2 years ago when we were down here. So yeah, excited to get back out there. Morning number 2, time to kill.
Been laid out for a little while now. Haven't seen anything yet. Right as it was getting laid out, we could hear something in the grass next to us, about 20-30 yards away. And right around this bush here, a coyote came around the front, come right here to about 10 or 15 yards. I could just see its ears coming through the grass. There's just a little coyote. But that got real close to us, and then he turned. Went back down where he came from. Other than that, we haven't seen anything. Been listening to turkeys gobble across the road. We're assuming that farm birds, but who knows? There you can hear them yelping and purring. They may be up here on the ridge behind us. But there's a farm not terribly far from here, and we thought maybe they were out there. It's hard to say. We're set up. I thought this hill was a little higher, but it's fairly low here. But there's a cut cornfield here, and right here's a like strip of grass and trees and brush that goes down to the creek. And the creek that runs back and forth here in front of us. So we can see the creek bottom. We can see this field really good, this field a little bit. We can see the point of it down here. And then we have all this grass and brush around us here. So my hope is that we either catch them skirting the edge of the creek bottom, or we catch them coming back and forth in this grass. Yesterday we walked the other side of the creek, and there was a lot of tracks and rubs, and it looked like a lot of deer had been in there. And since this snow less than a week ago, so we know there's deer around. We just need one to come over here where you can see it. We're gonna sit tight for a while. We're gonna give it a few hours, and I think we're gonna try to cover some ground and hit some areas that I want to see what they look like from 2 years ago until now to get an idea if it's worth hunting or not. So sit tight and see what moves through here.
Well, we got up and we did a little walk-in scouting, and I think we might have found where the deer are at least hanging out in this, at least in this spot right here. There's a lot of fresh tracks, and actually one moved around us. We went up through and came up on the top side, and it looked like a buck track. After we turned and came back, that was on pretty much on top of ours that we must have bumped, and he went right around us. But there was a lot of fresh tracks, and we did see a few deer run up this way, so we're gonna come around this other end here and see what it looks like where those deer ran to. Is this a crossroad here, or is this a dead end to that farm? You don't have your map pulled up? Doesn't say a dead end, so we'll try it once. But yeah, we're gonna check this area out, and I think we're gonna cover some ground. We're gonna go like an hour east and check out an area that we've hunted, see what it looks like there. It just doesn't seem like there's a lot of deer here right now. The rubs and that we're finding, there's not many. Last time we were down here, you'd find a shitload of rubs, and it just doesn't seem like there's as many this year. So the deer just might not be right here right now.
Doesn't appear to be a dead end road.
So, but we're gonna check this out. We're gonna go east, check that out, and then we might head back an hour west and hit some areas that were good again 2 years ago. I mean, we don't know, but we're just gonna keep checking areas.
This is the road we saw the trucks driving on.
And this is the road the trucks are driving on. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the road that goes down to where you've seen the road.
Yeah, where I walked.
Okay. Well, we're gonna go check it out. We decided we're gonna do a few little pushes while we're here. Found some fresh deer signs, so it seems like there's some in here. So I got Rachel set up down behind me. I'm gonna take this whole bottom, bring it back to her. So we'll see. Hopefully there's something in there and she gets a shot. It'll be pretty sweet. Well, it worked, kinda. I jumped two of them up and they went past Rachel, but they were just too far in the trees. She could just see them going through. Look at all the tracks here. I seen them get up. I just stopped. Look at them. This whole corner's just tore up. I just stopped to pull my phone out and check my Onyx, see how far the public goes. Literally, as I pulled my phone out, they got up about 40 yards alongside of me next to a big bush. And by the time I had my phone put away, they were gone. So, I guess I shouldn't have been checking my phone for Onyx, but oh well. We're gonna go see what it looks like across the road, and then I might take a ride to another trunk. So, we'll find one eventually. We're just gonna keep hitting these spots. Right?
Right.
We're set up to do another push. Kind of leapfrogging. I push one to Rachel, and then I post. She goes to the next spot and walks it back. So this spot here could be really good. Bunch of thick brush here. And it funnels down right through this. The river goes through. on this video. I can cover all of this and all this. So she's gonna walk down there and bring all this back through us to me. And then on the other side of this ridge, looks like there's a nice draw down there.
Alright, well, things got a little crazy after I did that last interview and I seen those does. The camera died. So I had flipped the camera on, but it was dead. And Rachel had jumped a buck and it come out by me. Not a bad shot, 120-ish yards. Trotting, running, but still definitely doable, and I missed him 4 times. So we walked 1.5 miles in the direction that the buck went, just to make sure. We just wanted to make sure that I didn't hit it somewhere, maybe in the guts or something, and we feel like we exhausted every effort and he is not dead or wounded or in any way. We went to where I shot, no blood, no hair. So I don't know what happened. So we came back, well, we were on our walk back, and I decided, hey, maybe I should shoot my gun, make sure it's on. So we stopped, took my time, took a couple shots, guns on, all my fault, missing the buck. Well, meanwhile, while I am shooting at this old burnt up stump, Rachel says, hey, there's some deer running, and we jumped 3 does that must have been laying in the stuff where I had been shooting. And Rachel was quick on the gun. She had her gun ready. I quick put a shell in, and we were able to each shoot one out of the group of 3. Right, Rachel?
Right, so that was pretty exciting.
Pretty awesome. Went from bummed out, thinking, man, I missed, everything sucks. Guns off, nope, guns on, it's all me. And then we have 2 does, well, 3 does come on, we shoot 2 out of the 3. So we filled 2 of our tags just like that. Alright, we got back to camp. We got the tender bits, the tenderloin and the heart in the bucket on water, or in water. We got our deer back and we got them hung up in the tree over here. We washed up a little bit and we let the camera charge a little more. I might have to replace the battery or something. It's dying pretty quick, but good morning.
Yeah.
We missed the buck, but we got the does. We got them hung up down here. Got them hung up in the tree down there. Pretty fun. Cool to be able to double with my wife like that, and especially because she spotted them. She made a good shot on it. So got them all strung up, cooling down for the evening. It's actually pretty cold. I'm just all sweaty, so we're gonna head in, get washed up, get changed, and we're gonna head off to sit tonight. And now we're strictly looking for bucks, and hopefully we can catch up with one and maybe hit it. That'd be nice. Hit them like we did these does, right, dear?
Yeah, right.
So we're gonna throw the cameras back on the charger, and we'll be on our way. Okay. We got everything set at the cabin with the deer. We're all changed, cleaned up, got all of our dirty, sweaty, bloody, muddy clothes off, and we're headed back out for the evening. We're gonna go to a property about, looks like it's probably about 20-30 minutes west of us. Last time we were down here, we went there on the last day and we seen quite a few deer. So we're hoping that maybe hitting it a couple days earlier than we did last year, there'll be even more deer in there. But never know until we get there. We'll see what it looks like. Hopefully nobody else is there, because we're going a long ways for one property. If there is, we may have to look around and see what the next nearest property is and go check it out. So we'll see you out there. Alright, well, that's a wrap for day 2 in Kansas. Our night kind of went sideways. That property changed from the last time we were there. It is now shot shell and archery only. So we walked over half a mile access road to get to it just to find out it was not open for rifle hunting. So we walked back out of there, and with what little time we had left by the time we got to another property, we just picked the closest walk-in access, and we did a few little pushes. I mostly was pushing stuff to Rachel, and we didn't see anything, more or less. So a lot of good sign. I feel like if a guy was to come down and bow hunt it, maybe it'd do good, maybe not, I don't know. But I think we're gonna go back to where we shot the does, and I missed the buck. That area seems to be holding more deer than the other areas we've been. So I think that's where we're gonna focus our energy in the morning. We're gonna get up on a high spot there where we can see, and I don't know, we'll see how that works for us. I think maybe it could be good.
You're 6 months later.
We are at camp. We have some fresh tenderloin. We stopped in town, grabbed some stuff. Some drinks, some snacks, some paper towels, some apples, with some necessities. So we're cooking up the tenderloin tonight for supper. We normally dice or slice them up, but I'm gonna try cooking them whole and then slice them just so nice and juicy. So we didn't clean the deer today. We just have them hanging cooling. It's supposed to get really cold overnight and cold tomorrow. But we'll see how tomorrow morning goes. Hopefully we have another one down and we have a whole bunch of them to clean, and then we'll clean them all up tomorrow. Otherwise we'll probably wait and clean them Saturday or before we leave. So yeah, we're just relaxing. Rachel's doing some work on the computer. We got the fire going over there. And we're gonna feast on some fresh venison tenderloin. Doesn't get much better. So hopefully, Rachel said the weather show is really cold tonight and possibly even some snow. So hopefully tomorrow morning's good. The deer are gonna be moving. I think we're gonna go get ourselves perched up high on a spot overlooking all that stuff where we were tonight or today during the day. And yeah, hopefully Rachel gets her shot at a nice buck.
Hope so.
So we'll probably see you in the morning.
We're at a spot that we've killed a lot of deer in the past. It's always kind of hit and miss on what the cover's like, so it looks pretty good right now. I'm gonna walk Rachel in here and get her up on a high spot. I'm gonna circle around to the north and push this back to her, so we're gonna get in, get set, and hopefully have some action. Alright, we walked the first section. Tons of sign, tons of tracks, all tore up. But nothing came out. Rachel posted she could see pretty good.
Yeah.
Did you even see like something going through that you couldn't tell what it was?
No.
Nothing. So I'm gonna take her around and get her up on this next big ridge. If they're not in here, they gotta be in the next section where all the trees are. So get her in a spot where she can shoot. And I'm gonna circle around back out to the road and bring those trees up to her. There's lots of tracks here. Big tracks too. Some really big tracks. So we know that there's some deer here. We just gotta catch up with them. We keep hitting these little pockets. Sooner or later one of them's gonna have a deer in it. Right? So we're just gonna keep hitting spot after spot. We'll find them eventually. Well, that walk didn't work either. Nothing came out except for a pheasant. I think it's just too big an area for one person to push out, and the deer just going right around me.
Alright, well, it is the afternoon of the third day, and we decided to kind of take a break. We had a long day today. We put a lot of miles on. We've seen 1 or 2 does and that one little half rack spike. We didn't see anything sitting this morning. It just seemed like they weren't moving naturally, so we tried to do some pushes. With just the 2 of us, it's hard. We put a lot of miles on, pretty wore out, so not sure where we were going to sit. We decided, screw it, let's come back and clean the deer that we have. Final morning, Kansas. Saturday morning, we're leaving either this afternoon or tomorrow morning to head back home. So today is our last day, and it's our last morning. It's a cold one, 19 degrees. Didn't seem like much wind though when we were getting ready. So at least it's not going to be windy up there, but we're going to head back on top of the big hill. At least that's our plan for now, unless somebody beats us there. We're going to head back on top of the big hill where we were the first day, and we can just cover a lot of ground from there. Watch, hopefully as other people move deer around, they come in below us and all that brushy area. We might be in for a rough morning. The closer we get to where we hunt, the thicker the fog gets. It's only 21 degrees, but it's foggier and hell out. Up on top of that big hill where we want to go, we might not be able to see much.
It's been legally open for 15 minutes. I can't see anything yet. The fog is so bad. We're a full 2 hours in the shooting light, and we're first now. I'm starting to be able to see. It's starting to burn off, it looks like. It started to clear up about an hour ago, and then it just rolled right back in thick. So hopefully this time it actually burns off. We can start to see something here.
Well, as you can see, the fog just keeps rolling in and out. It was just clear that we could see decent. Rolled right back in. We can't see less than 100 yards again, so it's almost noon. We sat half the day here, and I just don't think the fog is going to lift. It just seems like it keeps rolling in and out of here, so we're going to cut our losses here, pack up, we're going to take a ride, and that might be it for our trip. We're going to take a ride around and see if there's any place else that we're hunting that looks like we could go in and do something, but probably going to pack her in and head back, get things cleaned up, and get home and see the kiddos. Right?
Yeah.
We gave it our best. We had a fun trip. We had some opportunities, but yeah, I don't know. It's one of those deals. I'm happy, that we've seen deer. We shot some does. We had a lot of fun with you. Anytime we get to go hunting together is fun. Yeah. Well, that's a wrap on our Kansas trip. We're officially on the road on our way home. We're actually about an hour into the drive. We stopped at a car wash, self-serve car wash, and gave the truck a quick blast. Got a bunch of the mud and gunk and whatever you want to call it, gumbo, off the bottom of the truck, which was kind of nice because that would have been a pain in the butt to clean up at home. So we did that quick before we left, and the truck is still dirty, but it's way cleaner than what it was. At least we don't have all that shit packed in there. So we are ready or set for the long ride home. We still got another 9.5 hours. So we're gonna buckle in and make our way home. We had a good hunt, a lot of fun. It was a short hunt, I guess. It feels like it went really quick. But we had fun. Obviously we didn't get the bucks that we were dreaming about, but that'll happen. We're not gonna get them on every hunt, and we're already planning. Rachel's looking at places right now to go for next year, so we'll be back out there. We'll get one eventually.